Well, we're still waiting on the Supreme Court to decide the Mississippi case Dobbs versus Jackson. The decision could come next week, and it is expected to overturn Roe versus Wade and permit each state to write their own pro-life laws. But there's no question that today is a big day for the rights of the unborn. And while protesters illegally congregate outside justices' homes and others threaten pro-life facilities around the country, there are those on the side of life that are going in a different direction. Earlier this spring, Mason Deschamps took to climbing skyscrapers around the country in an effort to raise awareness against the ills of abortion, calling himself the pro-life Spiderman, as he has scaled buildings in San Francisco, New York, and Oklahoma, and is attempting to raise $1 million to help a would-be mother not be forced to abort her child. But he also has a villain he would love to see behind bars. Earlier this spring, 5 aborted babies were discovered outside of the practice of Dr. Santangelo, an abortionist, whom Live Action previously recorded saying that he would let an aborted child die if that child survived outside of its mother's womb. In one of the videos, Dr. Santangelo advised a pregnant woman to seek his care instead of a hospital if she was experiencing late-term abortion, because the hospital would try to deliver the baby while he would let it die, and everyone would be better off, his words. By the way, his actions and words are illegal. Well, Mason Deschamps joins us now, the pro-life Spiderman himself. Mason, it's good to see you. Before we get started on what you're doing, I do want to get your take on this breaking news of the Iowa Supreme Court just overturning a decision from 4 years ago and ruling that abortion is not a constitutional right in its state. Lawmakers in Iowa now are seeking to adopt an amendment banning abortion in Iowa. There seems to be a lot of momentum on the side of life that we're seeing. How does this personally motivate you?
I think it's awesome. Anything that stands in the way of abortion being legal and being available in the mass areas, like it should not be available and legal to go get an abortion. It's just so horrible that this has become something that's culturally and legally acceptable.
Okay, so let's talk about your story, because you are a rock climber and you have chosen, we saw the video, to start climbing skyscrapers to speak out for life. What made you want to start climbing skyscrapers? A lot of rock climbers are climbing rocks, but now you are climbing huge, tall buildings.
Yeah, so my friend Alain Robert actually sort of invented this style of climbing. But, I looked at it and I said, that's something I think I could do. And when I saw the news about Dr. Cesar Santangelo and how he wasn't even being investigated, it made me say, this is the time that we have to speak out. And you're seeing this. It's becoming such it's building up steam as a topic, and we need to keep fighting. Otherwise, babies are literally going to die. And so I think it's really important. And I've partnered with an organization. They're called Let Them Live. And they're raising money to help these pregnant women financially and offer them counseling and job services so that after they've had a baby and have chosen life over abortion, that they can live fruitful lives. And I think it's just awesome to be able to raise money for their organization. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having a little bit of fun doing it.
It looks a bit scary as well, I will say. I am a rock climber, but I have never climbed buildings. I don't think that I ever will. Okay, so you're talking about you're raising money. You're trying to raise $1 million, as I understand it. How's the fundraising going so far?
We've raised so far about $20,000. It's been quite an experience. We've been stifled a lot. It's been really hard to get the word out just because we're raising money for pro-life charities. But Oklahoma has been very welcoming. When I climbed in San Francisco, I got death threats and all sorts of bad criticism. But the Oklahomans are very pro-life, and they've supported me along the way. And it's been really cool to see the reaction from the people who are living in a pro-life state. So I think that's been awesome.
Okay, so on your website, you actually talk about someone you're trying to support. Her name is Riley. You say that today, the 17th, that she was receiving potential abortion pills. You're trying to help raise some funds for her. Do you have an update on her situation?
Yeah, so we have enough money to where we can prevent her from having an abortion, but we need money to further help her. She needs housing and job counseling. And so that when she has chosen life, she can provide a fruitful and healthy life to that baby outside of the womb as well. And so the fundraising is not done. We still need your help. So if you'd like to donate, please go to prolifespiderman.com and support Riley and other women just like her.
Okay, so on Tuesday, you actually climbed Devon Tower, which is the third building that you've scaled so far. A pretty tall one. Fourth. Okay, sorry, your fourth building. So what is next? What are you planning to climb next? And let me ask you this as well, because I'm sure people watching, if I looked out the window, I'm in New York right now, and saw someone climbing a building, I would maybe call 911. I would be afraid that this person, may not be sane at climbing a building. Are you getting a lot of calls like that? What's the concern?
Yeah, a lot of people are concerned that I'm going to fall, but I'm picking buildings that are well within my means as a rock climber, and I'm never really scared or worried. I've never had any close calls. It's all gone very smoothly. But yeah, I see it as a peaceful protest in a creative way to do it. Yeah.
How do people know when they see you climbing? Are you wearing something that says what you're doing? How do people know that is why you're climbing?
Yeah, so I have a social media page. It's prolife.spiderman, and I post everything I do on there, as well as I'll send out tips and stuff to the news crews beforehand. And they're very vague, because if they find out what I'm climbing, then I might be stopped from climbing it. So, I got to be careful what I say. And, I don't have any plans of stopping, but I can't really say what's next on the schedule.
All right, we don't want to blow it for you, but how long are you planning on climbing? Will you climb until you raise the $1 million?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not giving up on this. And I think life is something that we need to stand up for it. We can't let these babies die and stand by as other people support this horrible action,
Well, Mason, it's fun to talk to you. I know that you've gotten a lot of attention, at least from conservatives out there. And like I said, the folks in San Francisco, not so friendly to you. But be safe and look forward to seeing what your next climb is.
Thank you. I will do.